Now the job advancement ceremony officially begins. Almighty Odin, Lord of the Gods, please hear this adventurer's devout wish. He has crossed the infinite abyss, but he still has compassion. He has braved unimaginable dangers. He has never lost hope. From now on, may darkness never obscure his eyes from the truth. No misfortune could ever stop him from moving onward. May the runes grant him their protection, and may the light always be with him. May he forever hold the great god Odin's esteem. Congratulations. You are now a qualified third-class adventurer.
Hey there everyone, this is Lord. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a special day because I've just turned Warlock. Yes, Warlock. After so much of grinding and leveling, I've finally done my job change. Well, look at this outfit of our fellow Warlock. This is so nice as compared to our High Wizard costume or the default costume. This look fantastic. Just so awesome. I don't think we even need additional costumes to overlay. This alone is pretty good, right? But now, today's video is talking about the skills of the Warlock. Of course, I've done the prerequisite of adding up the skills to my best possibility of casting them with no variable cooldowns. My haste is not that high yet. At level 10, the skill cooldown needs to be 40 seconds, so that needs a lot of haste and final haste. But I'm able to do it at level 6, which is good enough. Now, let's have a run through of the skills that we have for Warlock. On the Ghost part, we have White Prison, which is a CC skill with a single target damaging, so immobilizing targets. Of course, no effect on bosses. Any CC skills or debuff has no effect on bosses except for Kindle. This is additional fire damage for us if let's say we are doing Meteor Storms, Fire Pillar, and also Firebolt. But other than that, any other CC skills, stuns, freeze, immobilize, and all this doesn't work on bosses. So okay, this is a single target immobilizing skill. And then we have a single target damage skill, Soul Burst. So this skill coupled with White Prison deals additional 20% damage, okay, especially when the target is below 50% of HP, which we will try out in this video. Next is White Barrier. This is very much like our energy code. It reduces damage coming in to us, but this White Barrier reduces 40% at level 5, and next is 50%. It's a lot. If today I'm receiving 100,000 damage from monsters or even PvP, I'll be taking 50% instead. So I'm looking forward to have this at level 10. I could have this at level 10 because I may not use it so frequently, but the additional 12% cooldown is not really in my favor, because the fixed cooldown of this skill is 12 seconds already. So 12 and the 12 is 24 seconds. That's quite long. Even for these skills, it's 12 seconds of fixed cooldown. As a Warlock, most of our active skills, apart from instant cast skills like Soul Burst, even for Distorted Earth, is 12 seconds. Confusion Storm is 12 seconds. Mist is 12 seconds, but instant cast, but yet still 12 seconds. Flame Attack, 12 seconds. Elemental Vortex, 12 seconds. So all active skills for Warlock has a fixed cooldown of 12 seconds, which is quite long, in my opinion. Quite long. Because skills for High Wizard and Wizard has a very, very low fixed cooldown. It's only 2.5 seconds, so it's very spammable. So skills for Warlock isn't as spammable. So it really depends on the situation that we need to have a judgment of in order to cast these skills effectively, because once you miss or you have a bad judgment of casting, especially in a PvP situation, a 12 seconds cooldown can be deadly. Yeah. But well, that's how it is. There's no change to it unless developer wants to in the future, but I don't think so. This could be the permanent fix to it. So we just have to adjust. Yep. And then we have the 2 passive, which is very, very good passive. 1 increases the range of our skills by 2 meters. And how far is this? If you take the rangers as comparison, right now we can stand as far as a ranger to deal damage. Yes, as far as a ranger. In the past, we are always being outranged by the snipers, but right now we can stand side by side and deal damage. So this is something very sweet, very sweet. And then we have the magic comprehension, which increases magic penetration by 20%. 20%. But also increase our SP cost by 20%. So all skills has an increment of 20% to cast. But as a wizard, we got loads of SP and we get high regen from our increased SP recovery. So 20% is nothing to us. But 20% increase in magic penetration is a lot. Especially right now, bosses and players has higher defense. So getting more penetration is crucial to deal higher damage as a caster, as a wizard, right? So now let's take a look at the skills. We'll run through very quickly. I'm going to try not to do a too long video on this, because after this I still need to do a reset for my PvP. So this will be a good run through to see what skill do I want or be effective in the PvP situation. So first one, this is an Immobilize, Soul Burst, and then we have the Barrier. So let's take a large mob. Since this is an immobilizing skill, we do a large mob and see what does it do. So for this skill, it has a 40% chance to immobilize target for 5 seconds, and then increase damage dealt by the caster's gold skill by 40% while immobilized. Okay, and then if regardless of whether target is immobilized, it deals additional damage. So okay, let's take a look. So this is a success. No, this is not a success. It deals 400,000 damage. So this is a 650% magic attack upon failure. Okay, immobilized. That's okay. Okay, so additional 260k from Soul Burst. Well, doesn't look like a very high damaging skill. Oh, wait, it says when target is below 50%. Now is this okay? This is below 50%, so we need one more time. That's 400k. Oh, okay. So below 50%, it deals 400k. It's quite nice. And then now we test the barrier. So how much damage are you dealing to me now? 24,000, 24,000, 15,000. Wow, that's pretty sweet. 15,000 for 5 seconds. So this is a good runaway skill, right? And also reducing damage in the dire situation. Okay, pretty quickly. That's it for our ghost skills. So I think quite recent for PvP, maybe. He has a 40% chance, not very high. Of course, players nowadays don't have immobilized resistance, so 40% chance may do a good play, especially right now people has a stun resistance and also freeze resistance. Okay, but this is a good skill to have, reducing damage. Coupled with, does it overlay? Does it add on? Does it add on? Let's try. Now, tell me again. 4, 12, 4. Seems like it does stack up. Okay, so I can do a double defense on myself. Okay, now let's look at the Earth skill. So this skill cast deals Petrify for 3 seconds, pulling target towards the middle. And then the passive is forcefully remove Petrify, will curse them, reducing final attack speed by 200% and final hits by 20%. This is pretty sick. Although it may not be deadly to the attack speed or the crit build people, but this is definitely something very nice to have in a PvP situation. Haste 20% is a killer for the casters. 20% is a lot. 20% is a lot. But right now, we can't test it on the mob because mob doesn't forcibly remove the petrified status. So it will just be 3 seconds on them. But hopefully we can see more during a PvP situation on how it looks like. But let's try. Yeah, so every one of these things is all over the place. We pull into the middle. Oh yes, it does. It petrify for 3 seconds, dealing damage. Well, good. This is a good skill to have in PvP, but of course I think it's not recommended to auto cast it because we will need to aim properly, otherwise it's a 12 seconds cooldown again. And what's this? Next is our wind skills. Confusion Storm. Reduce damage and inflict confuse all enemy units. So confuse will cause movements to be erratical for 6 seconds. It's quite long. But each target only can take damage from one Confusion Storm from the same caster. So casting the same skill on the same target will not deal any damage. Okay. And then for the passive that comes with it, Electrify, 50% to inflict target electrify for 5 seconds, and then when they are close to each other, it will cause chain lightning effect, dealing damage to the targets that is nearby. So let's see if we have it here. Okay, let's drag everyone together and do a cast. Oh wow. Wow. That's a 7 million damage on 10 sting. Let's look at the damage fly. Wow, okay. This is nice. Confusion, okay. So I think these two skills can couple together. So once, so imagine these are players, right? Just imagine they are chasing after me, and I cast this skill, dragging them to the middle, and then I cast Confusion. Wow, okay. I mean, as a mob, it does just chase after you, but as a player, I'm sure Confusion will change the direction of where they're chasing. If they're pressing towards you, it will go away. So opposite direction for confused status. Okay, that's cool. And then next we have the wind skill. Sorry, the water skill. Frosty Mist, which is instant cast skill over here. 40% chance to convert enemy to water armor attribute for 6 seconds. And in range, reduces their movement speed by 20%. And upon taking damage, there's a 20% chance to be frozen. Okay, so slow, changing of water armor, and then frozen. Now we have the passive skills over here. When we deal water damage to a target frozen by you, which means the caster, the freeze will be removed and there will be no water armor extension granted. But we also deal additional water damage. Deal water damage equals to 20%. Removing freeze does not affect the next application. Now this is something quite confusing as of now, but nonetheless, let's take a look at how this skill works. So this instant cast, then at a 20% chance, target will be frozen. So if what if we were to do this? Okay, and then this. Wow. Okay, this is a combo. Potential combo. But it also says that you have to deal water damage on the frozen target. So I prepared some skills over here. Right. So if a target is frozen, dealing water damage. Okay, maybe it's wrong. Okay, let's test this ice ball, cold ball. That's 290. Okay, I'm stacking this up to 4 first for easy reference of damage. Later we will know why. So let's look again. Is 320,000. One more time. And level 5. 3 to 4. Okay. So freezing a target. No, he's dead. Okay, let's try this. Frozen target. Okay, it breaks. It breaks. May not be a good mod. Let's do a large again. Easier to see. Okay, frost. Water damage. But well, I mean, Frost Diver naturally breaks after taking damage, so this can't explain very well about this passive. Deal water damage. Okay, so I need something that has a permanent freeze. Okay, 400,000 versus 1,000. Let's see. Wait, how does this even work? 2 stack, 3 stack. Okay, it breaks. 162. Then we have 400,000. Don't really see how it works, but let's say I want to try this. Okay, 4,000. 16. Freeze. It breaks. Freeze. Well, I can't make it out just yet, on how this passive really works. When you do auto damage to a frozen, the freeze is removed. I mean, most of our skills, except for Storm Guards, which can freeze a target for 3 seconds, breaks, but it doesn't affect on the next application of freeze. So this 3,000 doesn't matter of the damage. If let's say I were to do this, then freezes. Okay, it freezes. Does it break? No. No. Can it break? No, it doesn't break. Like this. No, it's dead. Can't really see how does it work. Okay. Wait. Then got hit. Freeze. That's the first freeze. Second freeze. Freeze again. Freeze.
One eternity later.
I think I get it. So try again this, and then Storm Guards. That's the first freeze. Second layer, third layer. Okay, and then we can do a freeze again, and freeze again. Okay. Well, I still don't quite get it. I mean, if any of you watching this understand how this thing works, comment down below and let me know. I would love to understand deeper, but of course, I'll be researching more and trying out more things to see how this passive really works. But as a Warlock, all I know is that if we have these 3 skills in part together, we can freeze and freeze and freeze. That's the main thing. Okay, now let's move on to our fire skills. Sadly as a Warlock, we don't get attack skill in terms of like not something like meteor storms or firebolt and stuff like that, but we get this flame attack. Charges to a place of 6 meters, so it's a maneuvering skill, leaving a 3-meter fire path, inflict burn on enemy, causing them to lose 1.5% of HP every second, and the fire will last 3 seconds. So, So when we cross path against the monsters or people or player, we will deal 1%, and we get a shield. Where does the shield come from? It comes from Flame Ward. So while within the range of Path of Fire or Firewall, we are granted with Flame Ward, which is giving us a shield equivalent to 30% of max HP for 6 seconds, trigger every 12 seconds. So in between we have a 6 seconds cooldown. Okay, pretty reasonable. I think Warlock everything is a 12 seconds cooldown, 12 seconds triggering, 30% of max HP. So a shield, 30% max HP. That means if I have 400k HP right now. 30% will be 128,000 worth of shield. And then we can tank better right now together with Firewall. So this is a skill that we can use to catch people, run away, and of course leave a trail behind to deal some damage. But I don't think that's the main objective of this skill to me, because I'm just gunning for this. Extra shield, extra survivability. So I have 1, 2 shield in terms of shield skills. Flame Rod, White Barrier, Energy Code. Okay, I could probably stack these 3 up and reduce hell lot of damage. This is something nice that I know in Warlock in terms of fire, but sadly we don't get a fire attacking skill. Why? Why? Are we not nerfed as a fire user or as a two-hand? I mean, we can pursue the path of crowd control. Well, we will still look forward to dealing damage. Of course, it seems like the one-handed wizard are much more favorable in the game. Well, I still think the fire wizard or two-handed wizard has a bright future ahead, depending on how we play. Yeah, really. Now the last two skills. Elemental enhancement. Sorry. Each time we cast the 4 elements, wind, earth, water, fire. So there's no ghost wind booster in this skill alone. Each attribute ops enhances by 5%, and maximum of 4 attribute op at the same time, and 4 same op. So for that means we can rotate between 2 skills. So if let's say I have this is water. Okay, so you can see that we have this little orb dancing around us. Very much look like the monk. If you ever played the classic version, years and years ago, the monk has this little orb surrounding them before they cast Asura Strike. And I believe in the coming future, where we have the job change and new classes being released, monk will be one of them, and we can actually see the same thing again. So casting each skill of the required or relevant element will grant us 1 of each. So at any point in time, we can only have 4 of each element in present. So we have 4 here, there's 3 here. If you have to do any more water skills, it doesn't increase. You will just stop at 4. Right, so 4. But each orb increases 5%. So the damage over here is increased by 20% for the wind skill and 20% for the water skill in this case. Okay. And then it lasts for 20 seconds, which is pretty long. So as long as we are constantly casting skill, we can have this in almost permanent status. But what if today I were to cast a different skill? Now that will take away either one of water or wind. Okay. So cast again. So at all times, we can have a maximum of 8 orbs, 4 of each element, and then we can have an interchange. So that can keep changing. Okay. Now the next, this is active, this is a passive skill, and this is now an active skill. So this skill deals damage with orbs alone. If there's no orb, deals 200% neutral damage. So what happens if there's a neutral? Let's wait for this to go down. Okay, good. Level 6 is only 140,000. So what happens if we have 4 of each? When spending 4 of the same attribute of inflict enemy with the following debuff for 3 seconds. If it's fire, it burns for, this is level 6, it's 2.2% HP. If it's level 10, it's 3% HP every second. So 3% for 3 seconds, that's 369% HP. 9% HP. Not effective again. Man. If this burn skill can be effective against bosses, I think Fire Wizard would be the best. Would be the best wizard to farm bosses, really. 9% HP. Imagine 9% HP against MVP and Mini. That's a hell of damage. That's hell of damage. But right now it's 2.2. I mean, on the player, or even on a usual mob. If it's a large mob, yes, it can be very effective. Also, on player, 2% burn, 9%, or taking off roughly 10% HP, irregardless of defense, is also very nice. Yes. And then when it's water, it freezes the target. If it's earth, petrify, okay. Wind blind doesn't really do much in PvP right now. People can just remove the status. Of course, it can be irritating as well. Petrify, freeze, no, freeze. Again, freeze. As a warlock, we can really freeze, and dealing water damage or even damage on players or that is hit by frosting means we freeze again. If we spend 4 orbs, we freeze again. Let's try. Let's do this. That's faster. Okay, we have 4. Now let's see. 350,000 and it freezes for quite some time. 3 seconds, I think. Yeah, 3 seconds. Oh, okay, this is quite good. Now let's try fire. I do not have any other skills, so I need to be patient a little bit. I know it's taking quite some time, but just let me set this out very quickly. I mean, this orb doesn't increases as we hit the mob, but it's only based on the number of times that we cast the relevant skill. Okay, now we have this 4, 6, 600. So much more. I know why. I have fire element. Okay, no wonder. Alright, now for the earth skill, petrify. So again, I think the rest I do not need to explain further, right? Petrify is how it is. That means this skill, elemental vortex, can be a filler for any form of CC. If let's say in PvP, this skill can be a lifesaver. If let's say you have 4 orbs of water orbs, 4 orbs of earth, that means I could do a double CC, petrify and freeze at the same time. Wow. Is that how it is? Okay, this is the last test before we go into my PvP build that I want to look into. So let's say this is freeze. I only got 1 earth skill, though it's going to take quite some time. Freeze. I need 2 more. Oh, did I see a curse? Did I forcibly turn the petrify away by hitting it? Oh, now I see. By forcibly, it can be, I don't know, it may be by their own teammate. But if I were to change the status of the petrified target, it will trigger curse. Okay, this is a new finding. No, this is not being petrified. Okay. Let's try. Let's prove this again. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Give me a petrified. Okay. Freeze. No, wrong target. Again. I need to really prove this. Why did I miss? Again. Okay. Give me this. Petrify first. Yes. So changing the petrified status of a petrified target will immediately trigger the curse, which will reduce final attack speed and final haste. Okay, now I'm seeing a combo here. Okay, now I have 4/4. Let's see what do I get. Wow. So I get a double. Okay. So I get petrified, and then due to the freeze, it triggered the curse again while the target is being frozen. Wow. Okay, although there's a long cooldown for all these skills, but the effect is incredible. Now I'm excited for the upcoming KVM and GVG, probably. Yes, at least for KVM, I'm pretty excited that I will try out these skills. Okay, so now let's do a reset again. Now I'm gonna do a skill build, impromptu skill build based on my knowledge right now on what to pump when it comes to PvP. So
one eternity later.
Now this is the skill build that I have for PvP. I have taken out my previous skills like Frost Nova and Earth Spike in order to get the new Warlock skills as much as possible. I'm still left with 8 skill points. Thought to have more defensive skills for myself, but I think for now I can deal with this. I would love to have LOV so that I can trigger inductive current, so it's a very spammable skill and I can keep casting it, but I think for now I would like to try more on the Warlock skills and see how effective it is in the current PvP situation. So now let's put them in place. I'm not getting Jack Frost yet because I'm still not exactly clear on what this can be done, but I'm getting Frosty Mist so that I can continue to freeze and freeze and freeze. This is something very nice. Passive skills, as much as I want it to reduce so that I can get more skills, but I would love to have the passive skills at max so that I get the maximum benefit out of it. Okay, so let's group them together now. So all this will be in manual. And these two skills will be in auto. Okay, I think this can be a good try. Okay, then run away. Freeze. Freeze again. These two skills are on. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I think that's it. This can be my this can be my current PvP skills. So let me know down in the comment below what you think about Warlock skills and my current PvP build, which I'll be trying out very soon. And let me know if you like my video. Give it a thumbs up, like and share, and follow my future videos and content with my Warlock now. And with that, I see you again next time.